to see a comedy dance musical in New York months ago, and boy did I like it hot. Let's Chicle Chat about it.
Chicle?
Welcome to Chicle Chat. It's your boy Chicle, and we are back at it again with another Broadway review video. Before we start, I want to apologize for postponing the video last week. I was extremely sick. I had a high fever, bad cough, but I'm feeling so much better. I have so much energy. So now we're back with Broadway review videos. Anyway, today we're going to be doing a Broadway review video on Some Like It Hot. Hot. I'm trying to sound sexy and it's not working. But what could work is if you guys subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell and let us know in the comments below if you saw Some Like It Hot on Broadway. I wanted to mention that recently they have announced that this musical is going to close on December 30th. So if you want to buy your tickets, you better want to buy them and get them real quick. Let's talk about it. So without further ado, let's go! This musical that's based on an MGM film is set in Chicago, where Prohibition has everyone thirsty for excitement. Some Like It Hot is the roll-licking story of two musicians forced to flee the Windy City after witnessing a mob hit. With gangsters hot on the heels, they're on the run as the newest members of the swingiest big band ever to cross the country. Can they hide in plain sight without completely losing themselves? Or will the mob, the truth, and maybe even love itself finally catches up to them? This musical won 4 Tonys, including Best Choreography, and is playing at the Sem S. Schubert Theater. And once again, it is going to close on December 30th, the day before New Year's Eve. I wanted to also mention that before we do this review, the performance that I saw of Some Like It Hot, the original actor J. Harrison Ghee, who plays Jerry and Daphne, was not performing at that day. But it was the understudy, which was Marius Arcopes. He actually filled in for the role, so I didn't get to see him, especially since he won a Tony for it. But everyone else was in the cast, so we're just gonna go over some of the stuff. Music and lyrics were written by Mark Shaman and Scott Whitman, and then the book was written by Matthew Lopez and Amber Ruffin. So there was 4 people that were writing this out. And then this was actually directed and choreographed by Casey Nicola, who won the Tony for Best Choreography. It did advertise as like the best musical for Drama Desk, which is like a weird flex, even though that Kimberly Akimbo beat it at the Tonys for Best Musical. Maybe that's why they're closing, because they're just so desperate to keep it running for advertising it like that. Anyway, while I was talking a little bit about choreography, I want to say that this was one of the most fun tap routines I have ever seen. There was some stuff in the beginning with the duet of the 2 main characters, and then of course the 11 o'clock number, and then the Act 1 finale. So there was a lot of tap dancing going on in this musical, and I loved it. The 11 o'clock number, which I hope I could find it. It's like a montage. You know, like when you watch Scooby-Doo and like they're in the hallways and they're going through door to door. What was it? The Tip Tap Trouble. That's what it's called. The Tip Tap Trouble. It's this 11 o'clock number where like the dancers, the gangsters, the mobs, the officers, the main characters, the side characters are going through door to door. The whole place moves around. It's this like intense like 5-6 minute routine of just tap dancing and chaos while people are chasing others and stuff. Like, it's Scooby-Doo on drugs. It was one of the coolest 11 o'clock numbers I have ever witnessed. Now, Some Like It Hot is a very jazzy musical because it takes place in Chicago and then they go to California where they're having some shows. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on. I don't want to spoil too much of the plot, and I actually don't want to break it down too much, because if there is a tap dancing comedy musical, I'm going to be easily in love with this. I'm going to be easily entertained by it. It also reminds me of Anything Goes. That's the vibe I also got from it. Now let's talk about the cast. I wish I could say something about J. Harrison Ghee, but like I said, he wasn't on stage when I saw the performance. We're going to talk about the understudy, Demarius Arcopes, who filled in as Jerry and Daphne. I thought that this guy was awesome. He obviously wants to be more defined as a woman because of, you know, the plot of the story and everything. I thought that was really, really fun to watch the character development throughout the story. And then you have Josephine. This is kind of different from Jerry and Daphne. I got Tootsie vibes, Mrs. Doubtfire vibes, because this is just an old guy who dressed up as a lady and people just don't take the lady seriously. I don't know. I thought that he was like the funny comic relief. I know that he doesn't want to be in the situation, but he has to, so then like he doesn't get killed by the mob for witnessing a murder. But yeah, he also gets himself in trouble by falling in love with the girl in the story, which we'll talk about in a bit. But yeah, there was some, comedic timing and just funny stuff that were said. I thought that was funny. Sweet Sue by Natasha Yvette Williams. She is the one that leads the band. She is the one that takes the girls to California and stuff. She is like the one that runs the show. She is the one that steals the show. She is one of the best characters in my opinion. The opening number, what are you thirsty for? Oh, that was a great ensemble opening number. Adriana Hicks plays Sugar. She imagines being in movies. She talks all about being in movies. She's one of the lead singers in the band. And I think she's one of the love interests for Jerry / Josephine / a German name director that the guy had to lie about when at the what is it called? Not a hotel. Maybe it was a hotel. I thought she was really great on stage. I mean, I would say that about everybody, honestly. And I just have to say, like, that was just phenomenal. Just watching the chemistry with her and the leads in general. Then Kevin De La Aguila as Osgood. Osgood? It's been months. Give me a break. He was so funny. He pretty much like took over Act 2 of this musical. He also has his own routine. Fly Mariposa. Again, it's been months. I'm trying. Fly Mariposa Fly. Which is like a butterfly? No. Bird? I actually don't know my Spanish. But they're in Mexico in some point of the plot and takes Josephine out because without knowing that it's not really a woman, he's infatuated and in love with her, and it's just so funny. And then that's pretty much it for the cast, I want to say, and then the ensemble and then the other side characters. I think they're all equally as amazing. I mean, this was a fun musical. I laughed. It was amazing. I think that Christian Bale's comedy was fun. Again, I think I would have enjoyed it more if Harrison Gee was there, but he was probably busy with other stuff, maybe advertising for the musical or whatever, maybe out of town for other stuff. But either way, I still had fun. This is definitely a 9 out of 10. Sadly, this musical is closing on December 30th, so you have until the rest of the year, literally, to see this musical if you're gonna be in New York. Well, that's it for this review. We have one more Broadway review next week. That's right, Friday, October 20th. Do not miss out. This is a very important one for me. Anyway, that's all the time that we have for today's video. We will see you next time. Peace out.